This is a presentation for children that goes with your written work talking about the concept of this rainbow analogy that's in your manual. The children at this time have had some experience with rainbows. This is familiar to them. I bring this prop as an introduction to the next step being the rainbow. They've done many exercises in breaking up the light into its many colors and putting it back together. We've talked about the story of how Isaac Newton first had that experience. So they're prepared, and now I'm shifting to talk to them about comparing the rainbow to the various studies that we undertake at school. So, and here again is our beautiful, beautiful rainbow. This time not in the sky as you usually see it, but here made by someone at a place called Geppetto's factory that has made the rainbow for us out of wood and painted the arches, these different colors of the rainbow. Now, when you come to school, we sometimes say to you, every day you need to study a bit of your maths. Every day you need to study a little bit about reading and writing. And maybe you want to do a map from the geography shelf. But how do these all fit together? Well, I like to think of them fitting together like the rainbow. And the first big arch is the red one, because red light doesn't have to bend very far when it makes a rainbow. We can only see half of it, as you know from your experience with rainbows. But this red arch of the rainbow, I think, is our story of cosmology. I know you remember about cosmology because we talk about that a lot of the time. The next ring has an orange light. I think of that as the story of cosmology that is history. Oh, I know you like to study history and it's your favorite subject. That's true. Next we come to the science of studying the earth. We call that geography or geology. Yes, you've studied that before many times. And comes our green one. And these are really, really hard to separate because this is the story of life. And we really can't separate the story of life and the story of Earth at all. You come to school and you work with numbers, and we call it arithmetic or maths. And I give it a blue light. Then we study language. Oh, I know you know what the language section is. It's when you read and you write and you learn about language that other people speak. It's the way we communicate and talk to one another as humans. And nestled up way underneath all the others, I call this the way the human expresses things. We call that arts or humanities. And it means sometimes we dance what we know about all the other arches, or we sing about it, or we make a play, or maybe we draw a picture. It's the way we tell what we've understood about all these other arches. Now, we can't leave them separate, can we? The light in the rainbow always comes back together. first time I ever told this story to children, quite a number of years ago, they had participated, but I did not know whether they understood. I put the rainbow back on the mantle of the fireplace that we had at that time, and we went on with our work. One little boy who was thought from early in his life to have learning difficulties. This little boy, as he was working on the stamp game, came first one over and chose one of the arches and took it back to his mat where he was working. He was there a few more minutes and then he came back and took another ring. A few minutes later he came back and he took another arch. And the children became a bit upset because this little boy had a history of sometimes getting into quite a bit of mischief. So they came to me and started saying, he's taking all the rainbow pieces. He's taking all the rainbow pieces. He can't have them all. I said, let's just ask him what he's doing. And he told us, I need all the rainbow pieces because I'm working with numbers, but I drew this pretty edge, so I decorated it with colors in my drawings. And I'm talking to you about it, so I needed the one about language, and so forth. And he told us his whole story of the way he was seeing his work with the stamp game. And I knew that the rainbow had once again caught the imagination of a child.